Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stogie Geeks News. This is March 4th, 2016. I'm your host, Paul Asadorian, joined on the lines via Skype by none other than Will Cooper. Welcome, Will.
Hey, Paul.
How's it going?
Going good, going good.
Let's talk about what's happening in the cigar world today. We've got four articles about Davidoff.
Yeah, and let's look for a theme with these articles at the end, but we'll kind of just go through them. So, first up, Davidoff has announced a new cigar called the Davidoff Chef's Edition. And
yummy.
Yep. So apparently, what they've done is the idea is, I guess they wanted to come up with a cigar kind of to be enjoyed after fine dining. And what they have done is they've actually collaborated with like 6 worldwide chefs to have input into, I guess, what this blend was going to be. The result is the Davidoff Chef's Edition, which is scheduled, I think, to start making its way this spring into actually probably this month. We'll start seeing it in the stores. It's got a go ahead.
Is this going to be a regular release, Will, or is this going to be one that is only going to be sold by approved Davidoff merchants or Davidoff? What do they call it? The Gold Band Award?
They're appointed merchants.
Appointed merchants, right?
But this will be a limited cigar.
Okay.
So it's going to be they're doing a limited production of these cigars, and it won't be something that's an ongoing release, from what I understand on that.
Okay.
But it's got a Habano 2000 wrapper, Ecuadorian Connecticut binder, and it's got a all Dominican filler, and it's going to be in one size a Toro.
Nice.
So, yep. I'm definitely, definitely looking forward to that. But these chefs, I guess, who were involved are some of the real heavy hitters in the culinary industry worldwide.
And they're coming out with a new art edition.
Yeah. Now the art edition, they haven't disclosed what the cigar is going to be yet, other than they have another art edition that's going to be coming out. From what they're talking about, this time it's going to incorporate a little more involved digital media art. So that's going to be the theme, where I know when the last Davidoff art edition, it was more around painting that was done. And I was a huge fan of that Davidoff art edition.
Yeah, me too. That was a strong cigar offering from Davidoff.
It was. It was a great perfecto. Wasn't a cheap cigar either. I believe that was like a $35 cigar. But what Davidoff's done really good is they have this Davidoff Art Initiative, and what they do with the Art Initiative is they use that to develop artists, and they provide grants, but they also provide opportunity for these people to participate in this program to do artwork, and they've selected one obviously now to do this new Davidoff Art Edition 2016.
Sweet. There is a new Davidoff Golf for 2016 planned for a spring release.
Yep. This one, they've announced the details of this one. It's going to be sold in 5-packs, and it's going to be a 6x55 Grand Toro. Now, they've done golf cigar. Last year. They did the Davidoff Golf Limited Masters Edition, which was an 8-pack.
And I liked the previous year's release of the Golf Edition. It's a little pricey. However, I think it was the Robusto size cigar in that previous edition was just awesome.
Yeah. They actually packaged 2 cigars last year. It was a Toro and a Robusto. This one's just going to be a 6x55 Grand Toro. And what it's going to be is there's going to be one cigar that's going to have a golden band on it. And it's just a symbolic cigar. The idea is you take this 5-pack out on the golf course, and the winner gets the one with the golden band. But it's the exact same.
Okay.
Yeah. But the blend is common, but it's a different blend than last year. Habano Ecuador wrapper, Piloto binder, and an Old Dominican filler in a 6x55. So we should start seeing that one also relatively soon.
And they're now going into a race car exclusive limited edition cigar.
Yes. They're doing Blend Cigar Bar, which is a Davidoff appointed merchant in Indianapolis, is going to be the exclusive recipient for a Davidoff exclusive Indy 500 cigar. It's to commemorate the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. And there's kind of a tie because Davidoff of Geneva started in 1911 and the Indianapolis 500 started in 1911. But the reason why they're celebrating 100 this year is because World War I and World War II took a couple of the Indianapolis 500 races.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
I didn't know
Yep.
that.
Yep. So this is going to be they describe the cigar as a super robusto. It's going to be sold in 10 count boxes, individually numbered 1 to 1,000. Pre-release pricing is $2.99 per box. Pretty much a Davidoff blend you'd expect: a Habano Ecuador wrapper, Dominican binder, and Dominican filler. What's interesting is this most likely, when you start using the Indy 500 name, this is obviously more of a partnership. They just didn't throw this on there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's got some of those classic Dominican tobaccos from Davidoff, Piloto and San Vicente Lajero, hybrid Olor Piloto Lajero,
Yep.
and a Piloto Seco. I would imagine with all of that Lajero in the filler, we might expect to see a slightly stronger cigar than we see from Davidoff.
That's a very, very good point, actually. There, you expect that is a very good point. But
And
yeah.
Dominican came out with some strong cigars, as we were talking on the show last night. Will,
Oh, yeah.
Lito Gomez and Arturo Fuente certainly have some very strong offerings in terms of the strength of the cigar in their portfolios using all Dominican tobacco.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, did you notice the theme with these 4 cigars?
They're all kind of partnered with some kind of theme that involves activities that go from cooking to eating to golf and race car driving, watching.
Yeah. Yep. This is definitely Davidoff's getting it in terms of going, looking beyond the as far as the lifestyle segment goes, and they're clearly hitting a lot of these different segments right now.
They're doing like Phil Zanke does with
Yep.
the Indy motorcycle and the cattle baron, things like that.
In some ways, we could say, yeah, Phil was thinking ahead in a lot of ways. You could think too. Yep.
Now we have some news from Camacho, who's also owned by Davidoff. This is just the Davidoff week here at Stogie Geeks News.
Yeah, I mean, and they've really had a lot of info come out this week. But they've added 3 new sizes to the Camacho American Barrel Aged, and these are all Figurado sizes. So they got a Torpedo Corto, which is a 4.5 by 52, a Torpedo Largo, which is a 7 by 54 by 36, and a Perfecto Gordo, which is a 5 and 15/16 by 54 by 50. And what these are going to be sold in 3 packs at $39.99. So they're not going to be available yet in regular 10, 20 count boxes, but they're going with the 3 packs. I think a couple of things. I think this is a really cool idea that they're doing that. And more than anything, this blend intrigues me with a Figurado.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, Will. And size really mattered in this blend.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to really, I don't know, just whatever reason, I feel the need to try this in these new sizes because I think the blend could really work. I really like the unique packaging and pricing they put behind this because a lot of times people want to try different cigars. They don't know which sizes, but if it comes in a 3-pack, kind of makes it easy to just buy it in one shot and have it be a limited run rather than come out with boxes of 10 of each of them. I mean, yeah, you could buy a single from each box, but is the retailer going to carry all those new sizes? Some retailers tune what they carry size-wise based on their clientele, but this is a no-brainer for the retailers, and I think a no-brainer for the consumer to just buy 3 cigars for $40 and get that is really cool blend, which uses a lot of American tobacco, American broadleaf, and of course is aged in bourbon barrels, Kentucky bourbon barrels.
That one Corojo leaf is aged in a Kentucky bourbon barrel.
Cool. What else we got, Will?
Well, this one is from Padron, and it kind of comes courtesy of Cigar Aficionado, and here's why I'm going to say that. If folks followed Cigar Aficionado this week, they announced a 4x54 Padron 1964 anniversary is coming, and we have a picture of that. Of the cigar, and
it's really cool looking. Oh, hold on, we're working on getting the picture up.
But as we do that, but that's kind of the key point.
Yeah,
but that's okay. But here's the key point. That's my picture, if you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you've seen Well, this cigar actually has made its way to a couple of retailers who were given a few boxes just to kind of test the waters and see how it goes.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
I happened to get a couple of these, and they're 4x54 box presses. In fact, when they showed up at the store, they didn't even know what size they were. But it looks like that's a really that's a size. You think about the 64 anniversary just didn't have that short stubby smoke.
It does, and there isn't a short, stubby smoke like this in any of the Padron line.
No.
Well, maybe the 1,000. No, not even in the 1,000 line, really.
Oh.
I mean, it's Lonsdale's, traditional Robustos, lots of different sizes, but nothing like this that I've seen from Padron. This is almost like a short Robusto style size, and this could be interesting.
Yeah, in fact, it's the first line extension they're doing to the 1964 line in 3 years since they added the number 4, which was the 60 ring gauge one. So,
Yep.
yeah, so I'm kind of I will be smoking these soon.
Awesome.
So, yep.
Well, that concludes Stogie Geeks news for this week. Make sure you check out our regular Stogie Geek show every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right up until May 9th, where on Mondays we'll be broadcasting 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Check out all the Stogie news and reviews on cigar-coop.com. Thanks for watching.